Talk, shop, pop, movies.
Ahoy there, this is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile, and if you're a convicted cinephile yourself, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. On my channel, I like to talk, shop, and pop open, that is, movies and physical media. And today, I'm going to be doing my Critics' Choice Film Awards. Not TV, just film. Winners' predictions. The show is on Sunday the 14th, so it's coming up quick. I wanted to make sure I got this out at least a week ahead of time to give people a chance to watch. Anywho, the Globes are this Sunday already on the 7th. The next week is the Critics' Choice Awards. In between, on the 10th, the Screen Actors Guild Award nominations come out. I'll do a final nomination prediction video for the SAG Awards soon, too, because that is going to be the 10th. And I honestly forgot until yesterday when I was watching something that the Emmy Awards that were delayed from last September are on Monday the 16th. So I doubt I'll do any sort of coverage on that. I just thought I'd mention it since it's an upcoming award show. But today we are doing Critics' Choice winners predictions. I'll work from the bottom up this time. For best visual effects, I'll be reading it off my Gold Derby screen here, and I'll show an image of it. The nominees are Oppenheimer, which is not eligible at the Oscars, funnily enough, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, The Creator, Poor Things, there we go, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. So the only one here that's not eligible at the Oscars is Oppenheimer, and the Critics' Choice is weird, and I think they're going to pick Oppenheimer as the winner, because good for them, I guess, on this situation. I doubt anything else would win here. It makes sense that Oppenheimer would win this for some reason. There's not any CGI in the movie, but the visual effects were still impressive. What was there? So I'm cool with that. Best production design, we have Barbie, Poor Things, said it right that time, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Saltburn, and Asteroid City. I always forget there's 6 nomination slots here instead of 5 like at the Oscars. So who knows, if you take out Oppenheimer, those could just be the 5 visual effects nominees at the Oscars. It's possible. Who knows? Anyways, for production design, this is going to be a fist fight to the death between Barbie and Poor Things here and at the Oscars. This group seems slightly more populist, so I think they're going to go with Barbie, but if not, it's going to be Poor Things. I'll just say that. And I don't know what the Oscars are going to do, because Poor Things, I think, seems like the better winner, personally. I haven't even seen the movie still yet. Haven't had the chance. And Barbie has amazing art direction, but it's all based on pre-existing concepts, while Poor Things is like a wholly original thing. I mean, it's based on a book, but the book don't have pictures, let's put it that way. But I think the Critics' Choice are going to go hard on Barbie, given the fact that they had, 18 nominations here? Something ridiculous. The record-breaking 18 nominations, was it? So Barbie for production design. Best song, we have I'm Just Ken from Barbie, What Was I Made For from Barbie, Road to Freedom from Rustin, Dance the Night from Barbie, and Super Mario Brothers movie song Peaches, and This Wish from Wish. So all 3 of these Barbie songs were shortlisted at the Oscars, but only 2 can get in. I think it's going to be I'm Just Ken and What Was I Made For. Rustin song seems like a lock at this point. Dance the Night, I think, will kick the bucket because of that rule. Peaches, sadly, did not get shortlisted for the Oscars, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, the song from Wish didn't either. So only 3 of these 6 can get into the Oscars. So that'll be interesting to see what the other 2 are. One of them is probably going to be a Diane Warren song because it's in her contract, I think. But anyways, it's going to be between I'm Just Ken and What Was I Made For? And I'm Just Ken makes more sense to me as the fun, memorable song from the movie. What Was I Made For might be a little more artistic, I guess. Maybe a deeper song. But I'm Just Ken was a fun musical moment, probably the biggest musical moment of any movie all year. And we all want to see Ryan Gosling perform it live at the Oscars, and I think he wants to do it too, from what I read. So I'm going with I'm Just Ken from Barbie for best song. Best score, we have Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, which does have a great score. I've watched it since like the last one of these videos I did, I think. Poor Things, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Society of Snow, which as of today is now on Netflix. It's the fourth, but that dropped on Netflix today, I believe. And also Barbie got in, kind of surprisingly for score. I don't remember the music in that movie whatsoever, just to be honest. Can't remember if that was shortlisted for the score at the Oscars or not, but it's been getting in. But this one is Oppenheimer's to lose, essentially everywhere. So I'm gonna we'll keep this one short. Oppenheimer for the win for best score, but I do really want to see Spider-Man get nominated at the Oscars. It deserves it. Best makeup and hair. The nominees here are Maestro, Poor Things, Oppenheimer, Barbie. That wasn't shortlisted at the Oscars for makeup. That was the one it missed. Color Purple and Priscilla. So, like I said, Barbie can't get in at the Oscars. Color Purple, I don't remember if that got in either. For makeup and hair, I think I'm just going to be lazy. I'm going to go with the lead actor makeup win combo that's just been happening all the time lately and go with Maestro. And it does really have fantastic makeup. Oppenheimer's is similar, where you see these characters aging through the movie, but it's a much more subtle. And Poor Things has some crazy makeup in it. Barbie, I mean, it's Barbie and Ken. That's what it is. They look like they should look like, I guess, is all I can say. And the color purple is the same kind of subtle aging throughout the movie situation. Same for Priscilla. A lot of subtle aging choices here. It's kind of funny. But Maestro does the most with the transformation, so I think I'm going to go with that, at least for best makeup. Best editing, the options here are Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Poor Things, Maestro, Barbie, and Air. That movie does have a lot of editing, that is for sure. And often that's helps get nominated. Once again, I think this is an easy win for Oppenheimer. Any of these would be decent winners. Maestro, I won't say it's edited great. It just kind of goes from time period to time period here and there. So it's not like flawless or anything. It doesn't enhance the movie in a way that the editing for Oppenheimer does, or even I think Killers of the Flower Moon. The editing actually enhances the experience of watching the movie. And that is one thing you could say about Air as well. Just the pacing of it helps the film. But yeah, Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer's going to do well. This is going to be a Barbenheimer show here and probably at the Oscars, which is kind of funny. Best costume design. Once again, we have Barbie versus Poor Things. I'll say what I said before. I think Poor Things probably deserves it more because it's more inventive costumes, but Barbie's costumes are flawless from what they're supposed to look like. So I'm not complaining. Color Purple is in there as well. Killers of the Flower Moon, Wonka, and Napoleon, which could get in at the Oscars there. But once again, I'm just going to go with Barbie. I'll probably hope something else wins, but I think Barbie is going to be the winner for costume design. Best cinematography, one of my favorite categories, probably my favorite technical category, actually. The nominees here are Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Poor Things, Maestro, Saltburn, and Barbie. I'm kind of surprised Barbie is getting in for cinematography so often. Like, it looks fine, but I don't think it's anything spectacular, I guess. I don't know. And it's the same cinematographer as Killers of the Flower Moon, so I doubt he's going to get double nominated. So I think he'll probably just get in for Killers at the Oscars. But who knows? It's happened before. But once again, I think Oppenheimer is the movie to beat. It's cool that Saltburn got in here. That's everyone's favorite movie right now. I just did a Saltburn review, meet the contenders video yesterday. I talk about the gist of the movie, what I thought of it, and then at the end I say what I think its Oscar chances are in which categories. And cinematography is probably its best shot, that and art direction, which is the only two things it got here outside of Best Picture, which we haven't gotten to yet. And I honestly forgot if I already said it, but Oppenheimer's winning cinematography, right? Did I say it already? It's going to be Oppenheimer. Every other category is going to be Barbie and Oppenheimer when they're eligible. But this one they are not. Best foreign language film, we have Anatomy of a Fall, which is not eligible at the Oscars, and if it was, it would win. But it will probably get nominated for Best Picture and possibly Director and Actress and probably Screenplay. The Zone of Interest is eligible for the Oscars, and so that almost automatically makes me think that that's going to be the one to win since Anatomy of a Fall is not eligible. Society of the Snow will give it a run for its money. It sounds like it's eligible in several categories. Godzilla -1. It's just cool that it got in here. So that's awesome. It's eligible for visual effects at the Oscars, but not, I don't think it was in there for foreign language film. No, it was not. and Perfect Days and The Taste of Things round this category out. So if you take out Godzilla, which is not eligible at the Oscars, or and Anatomy of a Fall, so I think those other four will probably get in. And then the one that isn't here that probably will get in from what I'm gathering, from what I hear, is that Fallen Leaves film that got in for a couple of Globe nominations. But yeah, Anatomy of a Fall's here. Anatomy of a Fall's going to win. That's the rule with foreign language films. Best animated feature, we have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, The Boy and the Heron, Elemental, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, Wish, and Nimona. This is once again between Spider-Man and Boy and the Heron. I could see them going for Boy and the Heron, but they did like a sort of Critics' Choice Awards halfway through the year, and Spider-Man essentially swept the whole damn thing, and that doesn't even get nominated for picture at the end of the year, which is bullshit. But they're good at not doing what they're supposed to do at the Critics' Choice Awards. But here they can give it its award and not feel weird about it. So I think they're going to go with Spider-Man on this one. Best comedy film category, not at the Oscars, obviously. Here we have Barbie, Poor Things, American Fiction, which looks great. I finally watched the trailer for that the other day. That looks hilarious. And that's an Amazon Prime movie, so I'll be excited to watch it on there. The Holdovers, which is hilarious. Bottoms, which I need to see. And No Hard Feelings, which is pretty funny. Give it a watch if you haven't. Best comedy, I think, is going to be where Barbie gets to win its Best Picture win at the Critics' Choice Awards, because I don't think it's going to win the actual Best Picture award. It'd be kind of cool if Poor Things won, because it's probably the better movie. Uh, but what are you going to do? Here's another one for Barbie, one they can give it and be like, hey, that's comedy, and it is a comedy. So, it could win there. It's fine. These are good movies. Like, I thought it was funny because 4 out of these 6 are in the Best Picture category, so it's like, why even have this category? Best Young Actor or Actress, we have Dominic Sessa for The Holdovers, Abby Ryder Forston for Are You There, God, It's Me, Margaret, Milo Mikado Grainer for Anatomy of a Fall, Ariana Greenblatt for Barbie, Madeline Una Voiles for The Creator, and Kala Lane for Wonka. I would be surprised if Dominic Sessa for The Holdovers does not win this. He has a long shot chance of getting in at the Oscars. Doesn't seem possible, honestly, anymore at this point, but this could be the thing he gets this year on TV, and that is cool. Best Film Ensemble, which the Oscars kind of should have, honestly, because they need a Best Casting, more specifically than Ensemble award, because the casting branch of the Academy is the only branch that does not have an award. Stupid. And they also need to make a stunt award, because stunt people are awesome. Here we have Barbie, Oppenheimer, The Color Purple, Killers of the Flower Moon, The Holdovers, which is awesome because that's like an ensemble of essentially 3 people, and it deserves it. And Air, yet again, got in here, which is impressive. And it is a good ensemble. I like Air. Yeah, Color Purple's the only one of these I haven't seen, but I can understand why I got in, having seen the original film. I just went with what Gold Derby's going for and picked Barbie. Any of these could win for the most part, and I wouldn't be super surprised. But I just think Oppenheimer honestly has like the bigger cast, and I think that deserves to win more. I would like it if like something like the Holdovers one, where it has a small but insanely strong ensemble. But I think they're just gonna go with Barbie on this one, is my guess. Best adapted screenplay, which since that popped up, Barbie is officially in adapted screenplay at the Oscars, even though it wanted to be an original, and it's an original at every other award show, including this one, which is just kind of funny. It's one of those weird movies where like it makes sense in either category, and I guess it was just adapted enough since it's based on a pre-existing toy. There's no story involved or anything like that it's adapting, but I guess since the mere concept of Barbie exists, they are deciding that it's an adapted screenplay. But I think that's kind of weird because you can make a movie based on a real person, like Oppenheimer, for example. That's based on a book, so it's adapted. But if someone just wrote a movie about Oppenheimer and didn't base it on any specific book, it would be an original. But it's still based on something that happened. So are you adapting someone's life into a screenplay? I don't know. It's weird. Whatever. Either way, it's getting nominated at the Oscars. It doesn't matter the category. They're good. They're good categories. Pretty much all the stuff that probably is going to win Best Picture is going to be an adapted now. Let's put it that way. But here, adapted, we have Poor Things, Killers of the Flower Moon, American Fiction, Oppenheimer, Are You There, God, It's Me, Margaret, and All of Us Strangers. Here, I'm going with Poor Things, actually. I don't know why, but I did. And now I am not going to change it because it's already on there. I won't be a liar. But any of these could win. I think I went with Killers of the Flower Moon at the Globes for essentially no other reason than they like Martin Scorsese at the Globes, and it's something that could win. And there's a lot of weird competition that could split votes and blah blah blah. But yeah, and Poor Things hasn't really won much because of the Barbieisms, and this is something they could give Poor Things. I'll be wrong, probably. I don't care. Original screenplay we have Barbie, The Holdovers, Past Lives, May December, Maestro, and Air got in for screenplay as well. Here I am going with Barbie. It just seems like the fun critic pick at the Critics' Choice Awards. But I'm happy kind of it's not an original at the Oscars just because that helps the holdovers a lot. And I really would like the holdovers to win that. And Past Lives, it's good for that. It gives that movie a chance to win something. Opened the category up a tad, which is always fun. Best Supporting Actor, we have Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, Charles Melton for May December, Mark Ruffalo for Four Things, Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Sterling K. Brown got in for American Fiction over Willem Dafoe, who is in at the Globes. I heard he's fantastic in it. He does look really funny in the trailer, so and I like him. He's a good actor. But I think this is just going to be. I think Robert Downey Jr. is just going to sweep this category on all the televised awards. I could see Ryan Gosling winning, but I think they're going to go with the more impressive actorly performance here. Supporting actress, we have Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers, Daniel Brooks for The Color Purple, Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, Julianne Moore for May December, America Ferrera for Barbie, and Jodie Foster for Nyad. Like everything else that has happened so far this year, Divine Joy Randolph will win this category. She has not lost, as far as I'm aware, any supporting actress awards this year. Any award show that has a specific supporting actress award and doesn't combine genders into one category, she has won. So I'd be surprised if she loses here. Since those ones she's winning are critics awards and this is supposed to be a critics choice awards show, it would make sense for her to win here, and it would be stupid if anyone else won, just like statistically speaking. Plus, she's great, and I would love her to win. Best Actor, Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction, Leonardo DiCaprio for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Coleman Domingo for Rustin. These are the top six. One of these guys is not going to get in at the Oscars. The other five, I think, are. It'll be interesting to see who that ends up being. But here, and I think, at least as of now with the Oscars, I have a feeling Bradley Cooper is going to win the old makeup and acting award combo for Maestro. I would be fine with that. He is extremely overdue at the Oscars specifically, but I would honestly be fine. It's not even fine. I would be super happy. Fine makes it sound like I'm like, whatever. I would be ecstatic if Paul Giamatti won here, but especially at the Oscars, and also Cillian Murphy. Jeffrey Wright is an awesome actor. If he won here, that would be so cool. DiCaprio, I really liked him in Flower Moon, but he's already got an Oscar, so I'm not as like he needs it sort of a thing. He could get the one he could get the snub at the Oscars, and it would suck, but it'd be more interesting to get three first time nominees in over DiCaprio. I feel, and Paul Giamatti deserves it, and he needs to get in to make up for his sideways snub that was damn near 20 years ago. Cillian Murphy's just been great in everything he's ever done for the last 2 decades plus. But I think they're going to go with Bradley Cooper because they like to predict the Oscars, and I think that's what the Oscars is going to do. Best Actress, we have Emma Stone for Poor Things, Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, Carey Mulligan for Maestro. She is fantastic in Maestro. I liked her more than Bradley Cooper. Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall, Greta Lee for Past Lives, and Margot Robbie for Barbie. I kind of hope, even though I like her, that Margot Robbie is the one to get the bump for the Oscars. And I say that having not seen Past Lives, Poor Things, or Anatomy of a Fall yet, sadly. Emma Stone, I've heard nothing but amazing things, and she's like the focus of that entire film. Lily Gladstone is great in Killers of the Flower Moon, but she sort of disappears for a chunk of it, then that might hurt her chances. She has been winning tons of critics awards for it. If she wins, that would be awesome. But it seems like Emma Stone has the more preferred, bigger performance, I guess. out of those two, who I think are the two that will win. So, best director, we have Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Killer, Killers, Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, Greta Gerwig for Barbie, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, Bradley Cooper for Maestro, and Alexander Payne for The Holdovers. Payne got in here over Celine Song for Past Lives, that got in at the Globes. This might change a lot at the Oscars because they really didn't try at all to get foreign films into many categories. Anatomy of a Fall got in a couple places, actress essentially, and that's it, I think. Same thing goes for Zone of Interest, which I think is going to get into probably picture and director, both of them at the Oscars potentially. So up to three of these people might not get nominated, I would say, at the Oscars. But I think this is finally Christopher Nolan's year. Oppenheimer is pound for pound, I'd say, the best thing he has done. It might not be my favorite or the thing I watched the most that he has made, but I think it is his most solid movie through and through. And I think they will award him for that finally, because he's kind of been on the cusp many a time. He's only ever been nominated once for Dunkirk. He got snubbed for Inception and Dark Knight, as we all remember. And that'll be awesome for that to finally happen, that everyone can just shut up about it, that he can go back to making Prestige 2, hopefully. And I'm not really. That's my favorite Nolan movie, though. Anyways, Best Picture. 10 nominations here, just like at the Oscars. We have Oppenheimer, Barbie, Poor Things, Killers of the Flower Moon, The Holdovers, Past Lives, American Fiction, Maestro, The Color Purple, and Saltburn. All of those are in the order that I think they have the likelihood to win at the Oscars as well. Saltburn getting in here and only getting in art direction and cinematography is weird, but it shows that that movie has its lovers, because it has to be in the top 3 of enough critics to get into this slate of 10. Air didn't get in here, and that got nominated for editing and screenplay and ensemble. So, what does that tell you? It tells you that they're probably on even keel, give or take. Color Purple has been missing most places, but got in here. Those slots 9 and 10 are the two that I'm like, yeah, those are probably going to be Anatomy of a Fall and Zone of Interest. And then 8 and up, I think, are the 8 that could get in there. When it all comes down to it, I think this will be Oppenheimer's night to win. They won't go with Barbie for the Best Picture award. It's good. I need to watch it again. But Oppenheimer overall is the bigger cinematic achievement of the year, despite it not making as much money. But that's not important. But it's kind of cool that the top 2 movies are like the 2 biggest movies of the year, essentially. People like to bitch and moan that, movies they see are never nominated for Oscars. Well, this year you can shut up. The 2 movies you saw in theaters are the 2 movies likeliest to win Best Picture. There's always like a few that get in, but no one seems to care. This year it is the Barbenheimer phenomenon that is getting in. Maybe people will finally shut up now. This is like the biggest thing probably since Titanic and Lord of the Rings to happen at the Oscars and actually have a chance of winning. So overall, I think the night will belong to Oppenheimer for picture and director. Barbie will get a handful of its craft categories that I think it might get at the Oscars. But those are my Critics' Choice Awards winners' predictions. Like I said before, they are on the 14th of the month, but the Golden Globes are coming up this Sunday first. I'm not going to live stream through the whole Golden Globe show because I actually like to watch them. I probably will do the Oscars again this year just because, it's fun. As long as I have no technical problems, I will probably do it. Uh, Otherwise, I will probably jump on immediately after the Golden Globes, though, and probably the Critics' Choice Awards for that matter when they happen, and do a quick live stream going over what won and my reactions to those things. So I'll see you there for those. Like I said earlier, check out my Saltburn video. I will be doing more, probably Oppenheimer and Barbie. And before I forget, tomorrow is actually the BAFTA long list reveal, which is kind of like the short list for the Oscars, but the BAFTA long list is like the top 20 things that are able to be nominated in every single category at the BAFTA Awards. So the nominees for those will come out of those 20 things. Like you can't nominate any movie you want in Best Picture. You can only nominate from those 20. They are decided by a jury. They've been doing this for a few years now. So I'll be going over what those are tomorrow. Hopefully they get revealed early in the day. So as soon as I come home from work, I can make the video right away. That'll be good. And react to them. Once again, my name is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Talk, shop, pop, movies.